Speaker, this subject is very personal to me as I am one of the many millions who contracted COVID and has recovered from it. This is also even more personal to me because we have lost a colleague from our state, Sri Vasant Kumar, to COVID, and it is actually because of the relief work he was carrying out. It is said that he contracted the virus and he passed away. So I'd like to remember him once again before I start. This government's handling of the COVID-19 crisis has been a series of stumbles, blunders and missteps. It's been the story of the strictest lockdown in the world, the smallest actual fiscal stimulus leading to the biggest plummeting of the GDP, only for us to become the world's COVID epicenter anyway. The government failed to speak about the concerns of COVID in India long after the first case in January. The government was in denial. As late as March 13th, the government was saying that the COVID was not a health emergency. And then we moved straight from inaction to an absolutely unplanned lockdown, with no word on what would happen to lakhs of migrant laborers stranded and no acceptance of the scale of the ordeal which people were put through. My eloquent colleague, Shashi Tharoor, very poignantly recollected the cycle journey a young girl had to take with her father. And also we have seen very, very telling images of migrants walking hundreds and thousands of kilometers. In this moment, I'd like to thank two of the parliamentary colleagues from Maharashtra, Sri Shivacharya of Solapur and Sujay Patel, both, even though belonging to another party, were more than willing to help migrants from my constituency who are working in that state to come back to Tamil Nadu. The government locked down again and again. Then again, just as cases surged, they ended up opening everything. We were told to bang talis and light candles. Perhaps well-meaning gestures. But what was actually done for the corona warriors, this supposedly was for. Across the country, there were complaints of no necessary masks and PPE suits for healthcare professionals being pushed to their very limits to deal with the ramifications of the unplanned unlocks. There was no rational in saying that this is going to be like the Kurukshetra, which took place for 18 days, and this will be one in 21 days. There are many saints and there are many scholars amongst us in this house. They know the Mahabharata better than me, and you know that there is no Krishna, no Dharma, or no Arjuna among you. If at all, there is only an inexperienced and impetuous Abhimanyu who got caught in the Vayu Chakra, or the Chakra Vayu. That's what this government has done. To its decisions of the demonetization and the unplanned lockdown has only been a Vayu Chakra which Abhimanyu got in and couldn't get out alive. This is exactly what this government has done. We have no data on how many healthcare professionals and how many police officials have got the corona and are passed away in corona. Nor do we know of how many migrant laborers are being affected because of this thing. We have no data on the suffering of the people of this country. Even the gods, in their battles against the worst demons, have consulted each other. You all know the story of the Narasimha Avatar, when the gods got together to consult on how to defeat Hiranyakashipu. But this government, which is filled with Sarvanyanis, does not deign to consult anybody, does not call for an all-party meeting, does not take our views into account, does not consult experts. All they do is in their own vortex of ignorance, and they take decisions which affect everybody all the time. Yesterday, the finance minister referred to 23, the number 23, and said that we need to be taking care of it. In fact, there is the number 23 is very important. She needs to be worried about the 23. The negative 23.9% negative growth in the economy because of the unplanned lockdown is what she should be worried. Instead of that, they are making political speeches, pointing at us and asking us to be worried about certain things. They say with great fanfare that they announced a 20 lakh crore package. I don't even know how many zeros are there in 20 lakh crores. This number is a maya. In my opinion, even Shakuntala Devi will not know how many zeros are there. Not one person I know has benefited from this 20 lakh crore. Who has benefited from this? This is just a complete maya which has been just announced in great fanfare. How much of this has actually reached people's hands? There is absolutely no data to suggest that this scheme is actually working on the ground. The Honorable Speaker in his opening remarks asked us to give examples of what we have done in our constituencies for this crisis. But, Madam, you have taken away MP lags. What can we do? We have no direct funds to do anything. We could have done, if that funds were given to us, we could have directly intervened and helped our constituencies with MP Labs funds. But this House and this government has taken away those funds from us. Now, making errors is understandable. This was an unprecedented situation after all. The question is, has this government learned from any of the mistakes? Are costly lessons from the mistakes made to take informed the future? To this, I ask the Honorable Health Minister. We are really depending on the vaccine to get us out of this crisis. We do not know when the vaccine will come. What is the capacity of India to manufacture the vaccines? What are the plans we have to import the vaccines? And how long will it take for us to get vaccines to vaccinate our entire population? And what is the distribution mechanism you have to get the vaccine to everybody? Even the most conservative estimates say it will take up to 2024 for the vaccines to reach everybody in India. Madam, the hop, skip, jump and shuffle of this government is no plan and strategy. People have no confidence in this government. The only thing we can do is pray. Kadavul dhaan kaapathurom. May God save us. Thank you.
A.M. Arif ji.